Royals and Cubs would keep it interesting last night. Max Scherzer dominated early, going 5+ perfect innings, fanning 11 in all. Tied at 1, the Nats offense came together in the 6th. And later, the bullpen helped finish off the Cubs. Tonight, baseball's best meet again. Game 1 in the books in Game 2. Cubs-Nats tonight. What a beautiful night again at the ballpark. The baseball gods wanted great weather for two great teams playing a great series. Bob and FP, welcome to the ballpark. First of all, the news about Jonathan Papelbon on the DL, intercostal muscle. That's a muscle in your side, the oblique. Out for a while. So, FP, what happens really quickly now to the back end of the bullpen?
Well, number one, you have to have a 3-run lead going into the game late, so we'll check that box first. But I think Dusty Baker's going to go with Felipe Rivera, maybe Ismero Petit, I'm hearing, so we'll see.
That's for tonight. And Sean Kelly, how good was he last night getting his 5th career save? The Nats are 16 games over 500, and it's the earliest they've ever been able to do this.
Well, they're just playing good baseball all the way around. When you look at it, they've won 4 in a row, 7 of 8, 11 of 14, 786 clips since May 29th. They've built a 5-game lead in the division, so they're doing everything right. They're pitching, they're playing defense, they're hitting balls out of the ballpark. You name it, they're doing it right, and boy, is it fun to watch on a nightly basis.
And maybe the only question mark in the rotation now, when does Gio get things turned around? Tonight would be a great time to do it. He's been hammered a bit in the early innings, then he settles down, and he's quite good, but he'll have to be ready from the get-go against this Chicago offense.
Yeah, tough lineup. 2nd inning ERA for Gio this season, 6.75. 3rd inning ERA, 6. So the 1st inning hasn't really been a problem. It's been innings 2 and 3. So you think Gio's due for a good one here tonight.
John Lackey, the later his career gets, the better he seemed to get. And so it is for the 3rd month of the season, a 0 ERA in June, and he likes to attack hitters.
He's allowed 5 hits or less in each of his last 6 starts for a 168 average against. He's been as good as anybody.
Can he get the Nats' number 7 guy tonight, though? Danny Espinosa hitting in front of Jose Lobaton. 8 homers last 16 games. He's 6 for 10 in his last 3. And what a great base hit going the other way for a big RBI for Washington last night. There it is. Cubs and Nationals. Game 2 could dictate the rest of the series. achiever in you by visitannapolis.org. Create your moment at visitannapolis.org. By Eastern Lexus. Some things are simply impossible to ignore. The strikingly designed Lexus NX Turbo and Hybrid. And by Airlines for America, where airplanes land, opportunity takes off. The weather is living up to the baseball. Bryce, to his buddies in the bullpen. Maybe a special congratulations to Sammy Solis catching a home run ball last night. Now the Nats trying to make it 2 in a row against the Cubs on a perfect evening. Humidity down, 1 degree warmer than yesterday. 78 at game time here as the Cubs bring their 336 runs, second to St. Louis, to D.C. Ben Zobrist against the Nats. Well, the well-documented series in Chicago, 9 for 16 in that series. He was 0 for 3 though last night. Couple of ground balls, a pop-up. All 3 of those against Max Scherzer. That's how good Max and the Nats were last night. The numbers 1 and 2 hitters for the Cubs last night, the only guys to bat 4 times in that game. Can Gio keep it up? If you want a number that may make you feel good, he's 2-1, 0-6-4 against the Cubs in this ballpark.
Or maybe he struck out 10 for the first time this season, his last start against the White Sox. He was 3-1 loser, but he went 7 strong innings, gave up 3 runs on 5 hits, struck out 10, as I said, 2 walks, 116 pitch effort. Last start, fastball averaging 92 miles an hour. The curveball was his best friend as a secondary pitch last start.
That it was. We have a 32-year veteran behind the plate tonight. Love to hear that conversation. Dale Scott, the crew chief, has home plate. Bob Davidson, Lance Barrett, Dan Isanya, first, second, and third. Droves are still coming down Half Street. Dexter Fowler batting right-handed, 313 overall, 289. Gio's ready. First pitch at 7:07, ball 1. Fowler 8 for 17 career against Gio Gonzalez, by far the best of any Cub. Counts even, 1-1.
Hitting 313 right-handed this year.
On base percentage 397. Outside 2-1. Out of play right side. So Gio overall career against the Cubs 3-2, 3.10 ERA in 8 starts. Throws a strike, and Fowler straight back and went.
You noticed about halfway through his last start, he picked up his tempo. He started getting it going. Stop thinking out there. A lot of times you see guys working slow, they're grinding. And right now he is getting it going like he did to end that last start.
Breaking ball, base hit. Ball hanging around the outside edge, and Fowler took it the other way. So he's now 9 for 18 career against Gio.
A nice piece of hitting right here by Dexter Fowler. He did not give up on the curveball. We saw a lot of White Sox hitters give up on that curveball as it comes around the plate. Fowler really dug down and got the good part of the bat on that one. That's a nice piece of hit. Not a bad pitch at all by Gio.
Here's Hayward. 34 times they have faced each other. Actually 36. There have been a couple of walks. And Hayward 7 for 34 against Gio, who throws a strike. Hayward still on the road back from a slow start to the season because he was banged up a bit, hitting .236. He was 0 for 4 last night, like Fowler was. Right side Murphy to Espinosa. Time enough. And evidently they didn't get it over there. That was close. Jason Hayward beat Espinosa's relay. And you couldn't ask for a much harder hit potential double play ball.
Well, nice play by Daniel Murphy. Just an inside pivot. Perfect feed to Espinosa. And it was close at first. I thought he was out. And we'll see if Dusty uses a challenge this quick. See Espinosa with the strong arm. Zimmerman with the stretch. Couldn't really tell on that replay. Maybe this one will give us a better look. Slide's kind of out of the baseline, isn't it? I don't know if they're looking at that too. Let's see the play at first.
Oh, he is out.
Thought he was.
Looks like a 4.63. I was surprised by Bob Davidson's call.
Yeah, and you heard the crowd groan. I thought it was pretty obvious, actually. Real time. It's as high as we are up here. He looked out. You already got the whiteout out, don't you?
No, I'm actually, with my red pen, I'm writing WSHCHALL, Washington Challenge. I've started doing that in my book this year because you can go back to a ball game and just kind of obviously see when they're going to challenge. I hadn't written down the double play or the safe yet, so you know, you learn as we go along to treat these situations differently. This should not take long. Crowd likes it, and it's a 4.63 double play. What a good thing for Gio now after that leadoff hit.
When you're going good, you're going good. The home run that's in the glove falls out of the glove, and it's a home run. The close double play that goes against you is overturned. That's the way it happens when you're hot.
Nats turned their 58th double play of the year. So it's Kris Bryant. 2 outs, bases empty, ball 1. Hitting .277, but with an on-base percentage. It's about 84 points higher than that. 2 for 5 against Gio career. And a 2-0, swing and a miss.
Good change.
Nats are up to 33%, by the way, on the challenges. 8 for 24.
Check that. That was a sinker by Gio. I missed that. 91, but it had that changeup action down and away.
That's something we really liked early in the season, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Sitting 91, 92, picking out corners. Ball 3. That ball drilled right center. Bryce Harper, though, into the sunshine, hung up for him, and Gio Gonzalez after the leadoff single. Big double play ball, and here come the Nats against John Lackey. Hitting a season high 252. 5th in runs, 1st in home runs. Danny Espinosa now from number 8 to number 7. Jose Lobaton catches Gio and usually bats 8th. The rest of the regulars are in there. So the offense trending beautifully against a tough pitcher. John Lackey in an 8-6 win over the Nats on May 6th. Gave up 2 runs on 6 hits through 7 innings before Washington tried to stage a comeback after he was done.
400th career start for John Lackey here tonight. That's a milestone. Fastball, slider, curveball change. Fastball averages 92. He likes to establish the fastball first time through. Throws it over 70% of the time. So he's a guy that's not afraid to challenge you with number 1. His 1.5 ERA, excuse me, through the beginning of May leads all Cubs pitchers. Easy for me to say. Let's go with the Cubs defense tonight. Bryant, Fowler, Hayward, your outfield. Russell, Baez left side. Zobrist, Rizzo right side, and David Ross behind the plate.
Yeah, Ross makes them a lot better against opposing base runners. 9 for 27. The Nats swiped 3 bags on Miguel Montero and the Cubs last night. And here's Ben Revere taking a strike. Lackey's been a problem for him. 1 for 14 career. But Ben is 12 for his last 30. And that's out of play to the left side. 6 runs over 7 games for Ben. Lackey working quickly like he always does. 172 big league wins. And because Ben Revere is 5'9", that's high for a ball. Pretty good heater on 0-2. Good month of June so far for the Nats leadoff guy. And David Ross popped up. Looked like might maybe ready to throw that ball to third around the horn. 2-2. Down, he says.
Well, he'll let you know. He wears it on his sleeve.
Not happy with the answer he got.
Man, David Ross is a guy, as we saw in Chicago, that'll actually set up off the plate, and if you hit the target, he tries to get you the call.
2-2 to Revere. He got jammed, might have broken his bat on that liner caught in the air by Addison Russell. Gio. The numbers I talked about here at Nationals Park with that very good 0.64. Cubs have been good against left-handed starters, winning 13 of 18. And the Nats, 6 games with 15 strikeouts or more. You can thank Max Scherzer for a couple of those. You can thank Tanner Roark for one of those. Wow, what a night. 96 pitches, 63 strikes.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
It's amazing how a pitcher can put electricity into a ballpark from the first batter of the game.
Well, it was personal last night. I mean, he got knocked around at Wrigley Field, and that's why he's so great. You have to, as a professional athlete at this level, take something like that personally and show the Cubs that that was just a blip on the radar screen.
Worth with a good rip. Jason, good numbers against John Lackey. Career 7 for 17. And he's 10 for his last 21. On a pitch up, Jason might have gotten a piece of it into the mid of David Ross. 2 outs, back to last night. Here's Max.
Well, just so much confidence in his fastball last night. We like to talk about the off speed a lot. I mean, that first slider to Dexter Fowler hung a left. It was a lane changer for sure. But the fastball jumping out of his hand early. I mean, and you could make the argument that maybe like a boxer, he punched himself out early with all those strikeouts. But he still was strong late. Did a nice job of redeeming himself against the best record in baseball after what happened.
Harper to left and caught. That's Kris Bryant playing left field. They have shuttled him between the hot corner and the outfield this year, and he makes a fine play to take a couple of bags away from Bryce Harper. If he doesn't connect with that, Bryce might still be running.
Orioles headed top 2. Gio Gonzalez with a clean first inning, which is a good sign considering that over his last couple starts, it's been the early innings that have given Gio trouble. Over his first 2 innings in each of his last 2 starts, he's given up a total of 7 runs on 9 hits, and from the 3rd inning on in those 2 starts, he's been a completely different pitcher. I talked to Mike Maddox earlier today. He told me he wants to see Gio come out aggressive from the first batter of the game. He wants Gio taking the battle to the hitters, attacking, not sitting back. And I asked Maddox how much of that is a mindset and how much it's pitch selection. He said it's all mindset. The Nats love how determined and aggressive Gio has looked after he's fallen behind the last 2 outings. Now they want that in the early stages as well.
Anthony Rizzo goes up swinging. First pitch, top of the 2nd. Thanks, Dan, with our Coons.com sideline report. Over 2 million vehicles sold and counting. Now those starts at hitters' ballparks in Cincinnati and the south side of Chicago. Maybe back home, a tonic for Gio.
But
when you
come out of the chute, you know, the anxiety's high. How's this game going to go? Am I going to have my ace stuff? Are we going to win tonight? Will I be pounding the strike zone with my fastballs? Is my control going to be there? All these questions are going through your head. So to control that energy early is huge. Once the outcome's already decided and the team scores 5 runs against you or 3 runs against you, now it's easy to be loose and relaxed out there because all those questions are out the window and you're not thinking anymore. You're just pitching. That's why he settled in late the last 2 starts.
Curveball way outside.
Total mindset. You can attack with a changeup. You can attack with a curveball. It doesn't always have to be just chunking that fastball in there.
Shift is on. 2-2 to Anthony Rizzo. Curveball. That'll sit him down. Ball was probably coming right at him. Then he couldn't react. And Gio has his first strikeout.
See, that's being aggressive. Mercedes going to show you a curveball right here. Attacking. Good frame by Jose Lobaton, catching the top of the ball. Look at the curveball starting behind Anthony Rizzo, and there's no way he can pull the trigger on a good pitch.
Next up, Ben Zobrist. Zobrist from the right side, 304, 319 overall. Paul Goldschmidt has the only better on-base percentage in the National League. Then Zobrist's 426. He's 2 for 8, 2 walks career against the Nats lefty. Tapper left side. Anthony Rendon cuts it off, and that makes for a nice short throw.
Here's your Nats defense behind Gio Gonzalez. Worth, Revere, Harper, the outfield. Espinosa, Rendon, left side. Murphy, Zimmerman, right side. And Jose Lobaton giving the Buffalo the night off. Gio Gonzalez's personal catcher, safety net, guidance counselor. All the above.
All around nice guy. Here's Javier Baez. '23-year-old infielder from Puerto Rico. Cubs 9th overall player taken 5 years ago. Last night we saw their first-round pick the year after that, Albert Almora Jr. coming off the bench. So some of their draft class guys are in the big leagues, along with Kris Bryant, who was actually a year after those guys, 2013. There's Russell, the shortstop. And a 1-1 to Baez, who's very aggressive. FP noted in Chicago and last night how aggressively he swings. Right-handed shift on. One and two. Swing and a miss. Curveball diving into the dirt. And Gio Gonzalez has an even better 2nd inning. Bottom 2 coming up. The cleanup guy, Daniel Murphy, leading everybody, hitting .367.
to the military. We're thankful for what you guys do for us so we can play, and for our country that we're free. What an amazing job you guys do, and just wish your families and you a happy birthday. Thank you very much.
Well said, Stephen Drew. Very well said. Let's go inside some numbers, brought to you by Jeep. With Daniel Murphy, still has more extra base hits, 7th most in the league, than strikeouts. No national has ever done that. Murphy, 8 of his last 15 hits extra bases, hitting .388 at home, and against John Lackey, career good numbers, 4 for 9. There he is, hacking away at that inside pitch.
His walk-up song is "I'm Shipping Up to Boston" by the Dropkick Murphys.
It's a great song.
But the scoreboard always says "I'm shipping off to Boston," so he's playing so well. Do you change it on the scoreboard even though it's wrong, or just leave it?
Hot shot to Ben Zobrist.
It's been wrong all year. So are you superstitious and just leave it wrong when you have the wrong song title on the scoreboard?
Dare I say, he's going so well. Same songs, everybody.
Yeah, that's my point. I don't think you should change it, even if you know that it's wrong.
Okay. When he goes 0 for 6, we'll change it, and I doubt that'll happen. Here's Ryan Zimmerman. He, too, 4 for 9 career against Lackey, with a couple of RBIs.
I think you can get aggressive with Lackey early. You know, you're getting the fastball. Like I said, 70% of the time, first time through the order on the year, above 70% of the time.
Outside, 1-1. .37 and still going strong, John Lackey. Cubs just hope they're still playing next time he has a birthday. That would be late October. 1-2 with 1 out. Zimmerman, that is unreachable. Lackey's second strikeout. Now he's retired, 5 in a row to start his night. Next up, Anthony Rendon.
Perfect night for baseball.
Isn't it great? Ballpark filling up. I mean, still a whole lot of people coming through the center field gates. We had 37,187 last night. Nats have had some big crowds on this homestand. Rendon, last 30 games now, hitting .324. He's kind of like the batter compared to what Lackey's doing. Every month it gets better. We showed you Lackey's numbers getting better April, May, June. Two and 1. Anthony 1 for 4 career with a home run against the right-hander. That was a first inning homer at Wrigley this year. Put the Nationals on top in that game May 6th. They actually led 2-0 before Tommy La Stella went deep on Max Scherzer in the bottom of the second. Then it was a slugfest from there. 8-6, Cubs won it. Ooh, that was close. Lackey turned his back to the ump for a moment. He thought, even though he missed where Ross was set up, that he had strike 3.
Well, he sets up so far outside, and that did come back. But watch where David Ross sets up if he sets up outside. I mean, he's off the plate.
Breaking ball. Rendon can't get to it. So how about the way this pitching matchup is shaping up? Gio 5 in a row, 1 hit. Lackey 6 in a row, no hits. Mobile Denard. He has splashed one for the second time in Giants history as far as leadoff homers go. Yu Darvish just came off major surgery. Now they're going to put him back on the DL. That's a big blow to the Texas Rangers. And Ichiro, my, is he getting to 3,000 quickly? 23 more hits to go. Top of the third, Gio, 25 pitches, 16 strikes.
I talked to Ryan Zimmerman today about, do you miss third base? I was watching him watch Stephen Drew take grounders at third before the game. He said, nah, maybe a little bit at first, but I'm getting so comfortable over here that I'm really enjoying myself. And you know, I said, well, it has to be cool when guys get to first base. I said, who's your favorite opponent that's at first base when they get there? And without any hesitation, he said Ichiro.
Really? How
he
cool.
said he has the best sense of humor. His English has gotten really good, and he just keeps him in stitches every time he gets to first base. I thought that was pretty cool.
Guy's always in good moods after another knock. Gio over to his right to grab that bouncer from Addison Russell. 1 out, top of the third. Catcher, pitcher, Ross and Lackey, the next 2 hitters. And by the way, if you're thinking about coming to the ballpark tomorrow, we're showing cloudy skies, 82 degrees. So if you're out in the seating bowl tomorrow, you might have some cloud cover to keep you cool. Then the Nats go to San Diego for 4, LA for 3, Milwaukee for 3. Here's David Ross hitting .233. Swing and a miss. Gio 91 on the quicker than that looking heater. Ross 2 for 6 against Gio career. He went right after him with a high heater on 0-2. Strikeouts up. It's interesting, FP. Strikeouts were down early when he was getting so many contact outs.
I think it's because his curveball has improved.
There had been a lot of swings and misses.
There it is.
He got Baez last inning. He got Rizzo looking on a hook. Ross getting time.
David Ross has been in the big leagues since '02 with the Dodgers. Pittsburgh, San Diego, Cincinnati, Boston, Atlanta, back to Boston, Cubs since. He ID'd that breaking ball and took it 2-2. I remember he had his own TV show on the video board in Atlanta when we used to go down there and play the Braves. Messing around with teammates, interviewing them, having fun. Curveball stays away, 3-2.
I met him in 2000 in San Bernardino when he was an A-ball for the Dodgers. I was on a rehab assignment. He was the big Dodger prospect catcher, and you could just tell back then that he was going to be a big leaguer. I didn't know it was going to be for this long, but he's had an amazing career.
3-2, a swing and a foul tip for Gio Gonzalez. Strikeout number 3. Pitch for pitch. Gonzalez and Lackey right now. Nissan tracks it.
He went a couple of curveballs before that, and this fastball kind of gets by David Ross. Climbs the ladder just above the belt, and Ross late after seeing a number of off-speed pitches in a row.
John Lackey 3 for 30 this year. A 107 career hitter. Max Scherzer last night was throwing about 20% first pitch strikes and then getting everybody out. 2-0. That's right on the edge.
But Max really trusted his fastball last night. He threw it 58% of the time. It's the second highest percentage he's had all year. His second start of the year, he threw it 59% of the time, but he's just going after him.
Lackey with a base hit. Ben Revere hustling to his left. Lackey, 4th hit of the season. That'll keep the inning alive for Dexter Fowler, who has a hit.
Now fastball away goes with it. And I was thinking, is this good? Get in the gap, and is this a double? Then I watched John Lackey run, and I said, no. He's just happy with first base.
Fowler base hit the other way on the ground between Zimmerman and Murphy, first time up. Ryan with 2 outs, not holding the runner, playing way off the bag. Fowler 6 years with the Rockies, 1 year and 14 with Houston. And they traded him to the Cubs. And he re-signed a 1-year free agent contract at the end of February this year. He was out there quite a while. He's been a good spark plug for this ball club. Two outs, 2 strikes. Mets are home scoreless tonight, playing the Pirates. Jacob deGrom for New York, and they are 5 games behind the Nationals. 4 back on the loss side and 6 back with wins. That ball hit well to left. Over to get it, Jason Worth. Lackey chugging toward third. So the Cubs have something going with 2 outs, thanks to hits by the pitcher and the leadoff man.
So you see how you eliminate pitches throughout the course of the game. First time up, Dexter Fowler got a base hit on a curveball down the way. So Gio tries to sneak the fastball by him with 2 strikes, and he hits it down the left field line. I like the way Jason Worth got in front of this baseball. If he tries to backhand it and bobbles it, that's the only way John Lackey scores. So he was very deliberate, got in front of it, and stopped John Lackey at third. That's a nice play.
Lefty-lefty matchup. Hayward hit the ball hard first time, right at Murphy on the 4-6-3 double play.
Nasty curveball for strike 1.
That is trouble to right. It's in front of Harper. Here comes Fowler. Harper's throw. Swipe tag. Missed him. It's 2-0 Chicago. And Heyward ends up at second base. Single, 2 RBIs, second on the throw.
I mean, I think he executed this perfectly. He wanted fastball in, and that's exactly where it went. So after buckling him on the first pitch curveball, they decided to rush him with the fastball. Good throw by Bryce. Better slide by Dexter Fowler. That's as good as it gets at home plate. Watch Bryce with a strong throw. But watch the slide by Dexter Fowler. Body away from Jose Lobaton and reaching back with his left hand on the plate. That was pretty. So all started with 2 outs on a base hit by John Lackey.
Yeah.
2 runs later, it's Cubs 2, Nats nothing.
Yeah, the inability to retire the pitcher costing the Nationals a couple here. And now the inning's far from over as Kris Bryant steps in.
Well, we said at the outset, the second and third innings have been the bugaboo for Gio this year. 6.75 ERA in the second and a 6 in the third.
So they will take their chances lefty-lefty with Anthony Rizzo. Gio overmatched him with a big curveball first time up.
Cubs are 28-3 this year when they score first.
Three hits in this inning, and that's as many as they had in the first 11 innings of the series. Next 5, including tomorrow, Steven Strasburg and Jason Hamill. Nats still trying to beat Hamill for the first time. Then it's on to San Diego for 4. Check the starting times. Beginning on Thursday night, Petco Park. Nats Extra, 30 minutes before and after every game. Then 3 at Dodger Stadium.
I think Anthony Rizzo is excited that his home games aren't at Petco Park anymore.
Well, it's a better hitter's park than it used to be.
Well, I'm talking about record and how things have gone.
Oh, yeah.
So first time up, Gio threw a first pitch fastball to Anthony Rizzo. Then he went 4 straight curves. See if they do the same right here. There was the fastball, strike 1, and then he went curveball, 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 and curveball for strike 3.
Good fastball in there.
He was sitting on it. He was thinking he's going back to that curveball.
Oh, 2 to a dangerous hitter. Murphy on the grass in right.
Rizzo pretty tough with runners in scoring position. He's also tough with 2 strikes. He'll choke up on the bat, spread out, and just try to fillet things into left field.
No, it's been working. Second in the league in RBIs with 47.
See, he's choking up.
Gio and Lobaton knew that was close. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got to keep it 2-0 the way Lackey's pitching. Swing and a miss. Rizzo unable to handle the hook of Gonzalez. But the Cubs get a couple of runs in a rally started by their pitcher with 2 outs. 2-0 Chicago. Brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union, proudly serving all the armed forces and their families for over 80 years, federally insured by NCUA. By DynCorp International, proudly serving our nation for 70 years. And by USAA, insurance, banking, and investments tailored for the military community. And tonight we air the ball game in celebration of the Army's 241st birthday. The United States Army is the largest and oldest established branch of the U.S. military. We thank all past and current members of the United States Army for their work and dedication in protecting our country. Right in there, a strike to Danny Espinoza. Third inning, bottom half underway. 0 for 5 career against Lackey, who threw 22 pitches first 2 innings, 15 strikes with 3 punch-outs. Espinoza dragging that bunt. It stops. He's got a chance, and that's how the Nats get a base runner here in the third.
There goes the no-hitter on a bunt by Danny Espinoza. That just checks up nicely. I don't know if he wanted to kill it there. I think he wanted to bunt it to Ben Zobrist, but it just kind of stops. John Lackey thinks better of it, puts it in his back pocket. Good execution. Just kills it nicely. That's a spot where you don't see many guys bunt, but it's a sneaky spot that if you can kill it there, you get a lot of base hits.
Okay to break up the no-no with a bunt at this stage of the game.
Well, I agree.
Off-speed pitch, Lobaton out ahead, strike one.
Didn't Bryce do it a few games ago, and then the next thing you know, there was 5 runs on the board?
That's right. Yeah, Danny usually kind of slams that ball beyond the pitcher's reach. Hey, it worked out. And now Espinoza is 10 for his last 19. Lobaton trying to get something going ahead of Gio here. Jose Lobaton has only had 52 at-bats in 20 games. 9 hits, 3 RBIs this year. 209 from the left side of the plate. Swing and a miss. Number 4 for John Lackey. Inside the Numbers brought to you by PNC. Yeah, he started a game for the Expos. Saw that on videotape earlier. As we mentioned, he's been in the big leagues for a long, long time, since 2002 with the Angels. And back then, it was either at somewhere between 2002 and 05 when he pitched against Montreal, and Gio Gonzalez just got hit by that pitch. Fans booing, but that's the last thing John Lackey wanted to do, to give the Nats another base runner. Paul Lessard, the trainer, out to have a look at Gio.
Joe Madden wants to know if that hit Gio's bat or his hand. He's talking to home plate umpire Dale Scott as we speak. And let's look at it again. A lot of pitchers will throw up and into an opposing pitcher that's bunting. Their theory is they can't get out of the way, and sometimes they'll actually try to bunt at it, but that clearly hit Gio on the forearm. You saw the skin on his forearm move when the ball hit it. And good thing it's the right arm too.
Yeah. Well. Interesting turn of events. Right after Lackey got a 2-run lead, now he's come out for the 3rd inning, and 2 of the bottom 3 guys in the order have reached base. And here's Ben Revere, who lined out softly to short. First time up.
Man, Lackey looked over at Gio. Gio said, it's okay. That's the last thing Lackey wanted to do is hit Gio.
Yeah. Revere takes one high and tight. So the Nats, only the third batter now where they've had Lackey off the stretch. Ben Revere with a base hit to left. Espinosa had to retreat for a moment, making sure the line drive got through. And with Worth coming up, the bases are loaded. That's that left field swing we've really wanted to see from Ben Revere.
Yeah, there's a 5.5 hole damage again. He got the two-seamer from John Lackey right where he wanted it. And whether Espinosa freezes or not, he's not scoring. Kris Bryant was playing very shallow against Ben Revere. So if he gets a good break there, Bob Henley is holding him down by 2 runs. And now Jason Worth has a chance to do some damage. And we all remember what he did in the bottom of the 9th with the bases loaded the other day against the Phillies. He'll take that same swing right here.
Outfield has to play deep, respecting his power. So great speed at third. 1 out in the inning. Worth looking to elevate, and he couldn't get to it. Jason has 35 RBIs, 8 in his last 6 games. That's elevated. Right field. Hayward's got a great arm. He's trying to get all the momentum he can here, but he's going to bring it home. And Espinosa scores. Throw cut off, and the Nats are on the board. Jason Worth, RBI number 36.
Nicely done. Nice answer to the Cubs' 2 runs. Going the other way, deep enough with the big arm of Jason Heyward to score the speedy Danny Espinosa, and the Nats on the board. You see the look right there. Jason Worth wanted to do more. But, you know, there's a lot of things that go wrong right there. We've seen double plays, strikeouts, so they'll take that run and make it a 1-run game. That's a good at-bat. Nothing to hang your head about right there.
2 outs now, and Harper a chance with the tying run at second base. Bryce hit a slicing liner to left first time that Kris Bryant ran down. That's a strike to the outside edge. When Lackey beat the Nats on May 6th, he did not walk Bryce Harper. The bullpen did in the 8th inning. Bryce 0 for 3 against the right-hander. Counts even, 1-1.
Lackey is not scared. You say whatever you want about John Lackey. He is not scared. He's going to challenge you with the heater. He's going to throw it in. You don't care.
MLB did a great piece this afternoon, MLB Network, that you and I saw. Harper, Votto, all the great left-handed hitters. He doesn't nibble. He doesn't mess around. He goes after those guys. Sometimes 3 or 4 heaters in a row. Outfield. Deep and straight away. Fowler a couple of steps toward left center. 2-1 to Bryce.
It's a good pitch.
Wow.
It's 2-1 changeup from John Lackey, 86. Right on the corner. Call goes Bryce's way, and now he's in the driver's seat, 3-1, looking to do some damage.
Yeah, Ross held that one forever. Now it's full. Gonzalez at second, Revere at first. About to get a 2-out head start. Bryce hasn't homered in June. Lackey will step off.
See, I don't think Lackey liked the way David Ross popped in and popped out right there. If we can show that again. You know, he had a floating target there for a second. The reason David Ross set up in initially is he wanted Bryce Harper to feel the inside target. Then he popped out late. And I don't think Lackey liked what was going on. There was too much movement. This is too big a pitch to too big a hitter. Watch, he gives the sign. And then he hops in, then he hops out, and all that stuff going on. I said, no, let's do it again. I don't know if I like that pitch. I don't know if I'm convicted to that pitch, and I don't like what's going on back there. Reset.
3-2, target away. Harper takes ball 4. Bryce on, adding to his 408 on base percentage. And now they're loaded with 2 outs for Daniel Murphy.
Well, this is the right man, the right spot if you're Dusty Baker in the Nats.
Bryce Harper's 53rd walk. Murphy first time up, a ground ball to the right side, not hit very hard. Lackey having to throw a lot of pitches this inning, 17 so far. Murphy to right, ball going back with Hayward, and he's got it. Daniel Murphy centering one on the first pitch. The Nats pick up a run to the middle innings now, a 2-1 game. All-wheel drive and unexpected performance visit by Toyota.com. Tonight, on to the top of the 4th inning. Jason Worth, the RBI for the Nats, is 36th of the year.
And we'll show you that. Jason Worth and his dog Magnus, June 27th, Nats Mets, 7:05 start. 1 clobbers, 1 slobbers. I'm not going to tell you which does which either. For tickets, visit nationals.com. Jason and his dog having a slow dance.
Talking about my dog.
I did not know that miniature poodles got that big.
Top of the 4th inning, Zobrist, Baez, and Russell.
What if he had a pet hamster? Would they have the same bobblehead?
That would be the hamster from Mars.
Jason and his pet hamster on June 27th against the Mets. It's a little like
I think we're all about the pups around here.
Little rat on the bottom of the bobblehead.
From what I've seen, we're all about the pups. So Gio, after a 30-pitch 3rd inning, still very much in the ball game. Ben Zobrist ground ball that Rendon cut off first time, but he's gone 2-0 here, and now ball 3. Gio had 2 outs, nobody on last inning. He went to 2-0 on John Lackey, then got a strike, and then Lackey got a base hit. That's in there to Zobrist. Fifth in the league in batting, coming in at .319. Nope. Gio's 2nd walk, first unintentional walk, and that's 41 for Ben Zobrist, who's in the top 4 in bases on balls. Thus, The on-base percentage right around .430. Next up, Javier Baez. Curveball stays upstairs.
You know, one thing, if you're a pitcher that's used to being deliberate and you decide to speed up your rate of work, your tempo, you have to make sure it doesn't speed up your delivery too. So all of a sudden things start going fast, right? I'm feeling good, I'm getting it going. All of a sudden, oh, my delivery's a little quick. I'm getting out there, my arm's trailing, flying open, losing my release point. So you can work fast, but then once you get into your delivery, you have to be able to repeat those mechanics, even though your work rate might be a little quicker than you're used to.
1-0 pitch. It's off to the right side. Big, slow curveball. Swung on and tipped. Strike two.
So he has 4 strikeouts tonight. 3 have been via the curveball. One was a fastball up to David Ross. See if he goes to the well again here. He struck out Baez in the second on a curveball.
1-2 with nobody out. Wow. Bat shatters. Ball to Gio. And Baez got down the line in a hurry. Ryan Zimmerman reached forward to grab that ball before the runner got there. 1 out. Serious jammage by Gio there.
Might have been off the end. Just got the tip of the bat, and that's usually what happens when they split in half like that. And Gio took his time. Look at the ball spinning. Hey, that's not an easy play. Did you see that ball? I mean, it took a nasty hop. Watch the spin on this baseball back to Gio. It starts toward third base. Then watch when this hits again. It kicks right back toward Gio, right here. Look at that. Kicks right back to him. So he had to plant with his right foot, set and throw.
Addison Russell is next. He hit a comebacker first time. Baez 23, Kris Bryant 24. Addison Russell 22. They got him from Oakland, part of the Jeff Samardzija, Jason Hamill deal in early July 2014. That's a beautiful curveball. Rizzo's 26 years of age. So the Cubs have some pitchers that have been around for a long time, but their core of position players built to be good for a long time. One and two with 1 out. He goes with the heat up and in. And he goes with the hook, and Lobaton blocks it. 3-2.
Just a handful of changeups so far. Mostly fastball curve.
Runner at second, 1 out after the leadoff walk. Runner going, and not even a throw to first on ball 4, or rather a throw to third. So Ben Zobrist steals third base to get over there with 1 out. That's his third steal in 5 attempts.
So you're thinking maybe that was a strike and Jose Lobaton popped out of there soon, but I think it was outside. And a great jump by Zobrist to see in the background. Yeah, that was outside. You know, with Jose Lobaton's framing skills, who knows? But look at the jump by Zobrist. As soon as Gio Gonzalez rolled his head to the plate, he took off, doing his homework, stealing a base.
Now David Ross struck out, as that piece said, first time on a Gonzalez fastball. Gio has walked, and 1 was intentional. 3 of the last 5 hitters. Ross looking for a safety squeeze RBI.
Might have been a suicide, Carp, but Zobrist was cruising down the third baseline, running full speed. Just didn't get that huge jump because Gio's out of the stretch, but he was coming down the line, running full speed.
So trying to sort of steal a run before the pitcher comes up was Joe Madden. Up the middle, base hit. 3-1 Chicago. And the bottom of the order is hurting Gio Gonzalez tonight. Home to score Zobrist, who walked to lead off the inning. David Ross, 20th RBI.
A nice piece hitting by David Ross. Just stayed on the fastball down. Gio tried the skate save, the glove save, everything he could to keep that in the infield. But walks have a way of finding their way around the pillows and scoring.
Mike Maddox out there for quite a while. Dale Scott's been there for a while on the mound.
You know, Gio gave up 3 in the first inning last time out against the White Sox. But it was crickets after that. But it was 2 walks, 1 to Austin Jackson and 1 to Jose Abreu, that ended up scoring in that first inning.
Lackey base hit the other way. First time up tonight. Spelled trouble in the Cubs before we knew it. Had 2 runs. One out, trying to bunt 2 runners forward. That's a curveball in the zone. Lackey 2 sacrifice bunts this year. Quite a disparity in the number of pitches. It was 55 and 40 when this inning started. On a pitch low, Lackey pulled back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Seven base runners the last 2 innings.
Man, 75 pitches through 3 1/3.
Yeah, 25 pitches first 2 innings, 50 since. One and 2 after a Lackey take on a fastball. And he swings and misses. Gio Gonzalez, strikeout number 5, 2 down.
But circle that at bat. I mean, if the Nats come back and win this thing, with Joe Madden taking the bunt off and letting John Lackey swing, I mean, you got to have a chance to get 2 runners in scoring position right there and make this potentially a 5-1 ball game. Dexter Fowler with 2 hits already in the game. So Joe Madden decides not to bunt along 2 guys. Let his pitcher hit. Up 3-1. We'll see how that whole thing works out. But remember that at bat if Gio gets out of this inning.
Fowler base hit to right, double to left. And against Gio Gonzalez now, he is 10 for 19. In the air to right for Bryce Harper. So the Cubs pick up a run, but they leave a couple out there on the bases. They've stranded 3. So have the Nats. Zimmerman coming up. And if it looks like the rest of them have no chance, you are correct. Side by side by side. Hey, Abe working hard.
Exercise tonight. No segues. Just a pure, clean race, and Abe boat raced everybody.
He did. Bottom of the 4th, Freight Railworks brings you the Nats due up. Ryan Zimmerman, that RBI touch lately. Anthony Rendon, everything lately. Batting average, on base percentage, runs. And Danny Espinosa already has a bunt base hit here tonight. Lackey, 13 pitches per inning. Struck out Zimmerman first time up.
They should put the presidents in the gate like they do at a horse race and let everybody wager in the ballpark. That would really spice it up. Put the, like, roll it out just like they do at the track, right at the 402 sign. Get them all in the stalls, and here we go. Gates open, they go. And then we all wager for the race every night and who we think's going to win. You can put odds up on the scoreboard between innings.
Is that legal?
Get a winning ticket, trade it for a hot dog or a snow cone. I'm just trying to think of ways outside the box, you know, like I do with a 10 throw-over rule.
Lackey putting his arms out twice to his sides, asking Dale Scott, where was that? Now a third time.
David Ross is trying to take some of the heat too right now with Dale Scott. Trying to take the pressure off his pitcher.
Not the first disputed pitch tonight.
I think the Cubs dispute a lot of pitches on a lot of nights.
Cutter at 86, 85. Joe Maddon's ball club, 43 and 19. 10 over 500 on the road.
It might be an NL Central thing when you think about it. The Pirates have been known to discuss balls and strikes a lot throughout the course of a game.
Yeah, the Pirates have lost 5 in a row. They're 11 and a half behind the Cubs. They are 3 back of the second place Cardinals. Not that far ahead of 4th place Milwaukee. Nats will be there next week.
Yeah, he was chirping with Dan Iasonia last night a lot too, Joe Maddon was.
2-2 pitch. Three-two, and a delayed call strikes out Ryan Zimmerman. He must have let them know verbally because David Ross had already thrown the ball down before we saw the call. Strikeout number 5.
I think maybe Ryan was looking for that fastball away and he got a 2-seamer in. Kind of leaning out over the plate. Lackey ran it back to the inner half for strike 3.
Here's Rendon. That's a strike. He struck out swinging first time. Nats had the bases loaded twice last inning. Worth delivered a sac fly. Murphy lined out hard to end the inning. With a guy like Lackey, you never know when that chance might be your last. Boy, he's working that outside edge.
When the Cubs signed John Lackey in the offseason, I thought, all right, it's a decent sign. No idea it'd be like this.
He's looking for his 8th win in 10 decisions tonight. Ross way out there. (13-10) for St. Louis last year. Won 14 games a year before that for Boston and St. Louis. 19 wins in 07 when he made the All-Star team. As P noted earlier, start number 400. And Rendon waited for that one, touches it off to deep center, but Fowler is there, about 390 feet away. 2 outs.
Join the Nats on Tuesday, June 28th, 7:05 start against the Mets. It's U.S. Army Day delivered by UPS, honoring the soldiers, civilians, veterans, and families of the United States Army. Visit nationals.com/tickets to purchase your tickets today.
Espinosa, bunt base hit first time. Rizzo even with the bag at first, and Danny will hit a fly ball to center for Fowler. So Lackey pretty upset to start the inning on a couple of calls, but he struck out Zimmerman, got Rendon, Espinosa in a hurry. Into the 5th we go.
and thank you to all you military serving for our country.
Welcome back to Nationals Park, 3-1 ball game, Cubs on top. News of the day here at the ballpark is Jonathan Papelbon landing on the disabled list for the first time in his lengthy career. An intercostal strain on Papelbon's right side puts him on the DL. So how will Dusty Baker handle the 9th inning with Jonathan Papelbon out? Well, Dusty admitted he's not really sure. He's going to talk with Mike Maddox before each game, discuss how the late innings might pan out based on matchups. But Sean Kelly seems to be one of the top options for Dusty. 13 strikeouts per 9 innings this season. He's gotten swings and misses on nearly 18% of his pitches, a very high rate. He got the save last night going an inning and 2/3 with 4 Ks. That probably means that Kelly won't be available in a save situation tonight if the Nats come back in this one. But we'll monitor that over the next couple of weeks, guys, how Dusty plans his 9th inning role.
That'll be interesting. Yeah, Kelly, 21 pitches last night. A foul out of play.
I talked to Dusty today. He said it's based on who's coming up in the 9th inning, based on who's pitched when. Remember, Sean Kelly's a Tommy John guy, so you have to be careful with how much you use him and how frequently you use him. And then if there's big bad lefties coming up, maybe it's Felipe Rivero, Yusmeiro Petit. He's got a lot of options down there.
Gio couldn't get it. Espinoza does. And on the heels of our Coons.com sideline report from Dan, over 2 million vehicles sold and counting. That's one out here in the 5th inning. Hi, it's Sean. How you doing? But, you know, FP, sometimes it sounds simple. Well, we'll plug in this guy or we'll plug in that guy. In baseball, that 9th inning is a whole different animal. Sean has 5 saves. Felipe Rivero has 3 career saves. And that can be a whole different deal when you're pitching in the 9th inning all the time.
Yeah, last 3 outs are the toughest. I just love how Sean Kelly attacked last night with the fastball. Velocity up to 95. His command is great, as Dan said. His 17.7% swinging strike rate is second amongst National League relievers. So he's getting a lot of swing and misses. He's missing bats. And his just confidence is rising every single outing.
That was Matt Belisle in the front until he disappeared. Good thing to have Matt back. He had a calf muscle that was bugging him. And he and Petit now, 2 guys who could go long or be versatile in other roles. 0-2 to Bryant. Looks it all the way in. It's over and low.
I will say, based on my experiences in baseball, usually when somebody pulls their oblique, we all see it. And it's like, oh, you know, they go to their knees. It's like somebody ran up behind him and punched him in the ribs. We didn't see anything with Jonathan Papelbon the other day.
Swing and a miss on a big curveball. Gio, 6 strikeouts. 2 outs, 5th inning with Anthony Rizzo coming up. Mercedes-Benz will track it.
Pretty good curveball right here by Gio, right underneath the bat of Kris Bryant, 79 miles an hour.
Yeah, Bryant fully extended. Right hand came flying off the bat handle. Here's Rizzo. Gio has struck him out twice. Shift is on. Hook him until he can show you he can do something with it. Something brewing in New York tonight. No score through 5 innings up there. Jameson Taillon actually, called up again to replace Garrett Cole, and he's no-hit the Mets through 5. DeGrom for New York in that game. That ball stung to center, and Ben Revere makes the grab to his knees. Gio due to bat second after Lobaton, then Revere. And Ben covering ground, making a fine play. Well played by Ben Revere. He'll be up third here, bottom of the fifth.
3-1, another good one between these two teams at Nats Park. Time for some Lowe's home field advantage. So the last 5 home games for the Nats, 7.2 runs a game. The 5-0 is the most important part. 8 taters, slugging percentage, average with runners in scoring position, hard foul balls down the right field line. They're just doing it all.
Lobaton struck out swinging first time.
Big at bat right here. You get on for Gio, get to second base. It's a 3-2 game the way Ben Revere's swinging, you're hoping.
That ball gashed into right. Jose Lobaton, 10th base hit of the year.
Good swing.
He's aboard in the 5th, leading off.
He had to hustle to first. Jason Hayward was thinking about throwing that thing to first. He was coming in hard. He wanted to throw Jose Lobaton out, so he stayed on the curveball. Nice. Watch him stay through it. Good first swing with the foul ball. Better last swing with the base hit. And watch Jason Hayward charge this thing. He's thinking about it right here. Then he had to kind of go to his knees because he got an in-between hop.
They are really charging. Gio to Rizzo. They might turn 2. Gio's out at first. That's a 3-6-4 double play on a bunt. Pretty well executed by the league's 6th worst defense.
But that's where, if you're doing your homework last night, you saw Anthony Rizzo in the dish of Max Scherzer. Max bunted the ball to third base because Rizzo, we joked about it, that he was in the first base batter's box, and look where he is right here. That's not a horrible bunt by Gio, but just Anthony Rizzo is one of the most aggressive first basemen in the league at charging the bunt. So not only do they get Jose Lobaton at first, looks like he's safe.
Yeah. Well, the Nats have a challenge because they have been successful with one so far. Gio still hanging on the warning track outside the dugout.
Good hustle by Gio, by the way.
Yeah, he was flying. I was really impressed when I saw that throw coming over and how he was getting down the line. To challenge or not. Dusty says yes, they're going to challenge.
Here's another look. Watch Gio's foot.
Whew. Enough to overturn. Crowd seems to think so.
Well, if I gotta look at it that long, that's a tough play for Bob Davidson. I mean, he missed the first one. He booted it. He'd be the first one to tell you. That one was obvious. This one's these are bang bangers that if we have to look that long and think this long, you got to cut the umpire a little slack on that.
Bob Davidson on your right, crew chief Dale Scott on the left. We're talking about 62 years of umpiring in the major leagues, those two combined. Gio is a little more aerodynamic these days, and he beat it out. The Nats are 2 for 2 in challenges. So a 3-6 on the fielder's choice.
Bob Davison, 0 for 2 tonight.
Dusty Baker, 2 for 2.
Hey, the first one, you got to get that one right. That one, like I said, I cut him some slack.
Well, that could mean that Worth and Harper bat in the inning eventually. We'll see how it all works out.
But do you get the sense on how in big games against good teams, little tiny things like a leadoff single and getting the guy to second on a bunt are huge things? That's October baseball in a nutshell. Little things like that you have to do 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, regardless of who's charging where in big games. And I think Gio's bunting has been a lot better this year than it was last year. That time he just bunted right into the teeth.
Outside to Ben Revere, 2-1. And credit Gio with hustling down that line.
Yes, sir.
Fastball up in the zone. It's 2-2. Ben Revere, picture perfect left field base hit swing last time up. In fact, he's gone the other way twice. First at bat, line drive to the shortstop, and he hits this one in the air to center for Dexter Fowler. It's up to Worth now with 2 outs, 5th inning. Jason tonight, a strikeout swinging 1st inning and a high fly ball to right field. Sac fly for the Nats. Only run in the 3rd.
I'll tell you what, Anthony Rizzo is playing behind Gio, but he's also moving toward the hole as John Lackey comes set. Gio's getting a big lead at first base, and Rizzo's kind of way behind him.
(3-1) Cubs. Bottom of the 5th. They've out hit the Nats 5-3.
See that? See where Rizzo's going?
Yeah. Outside, 2-2. So Worth back in the count here. 9 RBIs his last 7 games. Ross sets up way out there again. Time given.
Yeah.
Pirates have a couple of runs now at New York. Top of the 6th. 2-0 Pittsburgh. Worth on a pitch well inside. 3-2. Now Gio gets a head start. Jason just spitting on that one, heading for first. 2 on, 2 out, and when you have insight You know how to handle your finances with confidence. Brought to you by PNC Bank. For the achiever in you, Brian Harper. How has it gone for him in his first 4 games at AAA for the Nats? Really well, not a run allowed, and he's coming off a good stint at AA Harrisburg, a 1.50 ERA with the Senators.
Good at bat by Jason Worth. Line moving with 2 outs. Bryce Harper a chance to do some damage and get this crowd in the game. They've been waiting to cheer.
Bryce 0 for 1 with a drive to left and a walk, and that's a strike. The heater misses. 2 out runs, the subject of Inside the Numbers with Jeep, and only the Padres. And the way they went offensively this year, it's taken them 3 hits to score a run for the most part. 2 out runs, and that's right up there with the best.
Or the worst.
Yeah, San Diego's had a tough time this year. They have 26 wins. Murphy, if it continues.
Smoked it last time up, didn't he?
2-1. Well, 2 of the most aggressive guys in the league battling here.
Yeah, he went upstairs with 94, tried to climb a ladder. Bryce tried to get on top. And this crowd locked and loaded for something big to happen.
Yeah, ballpark pretty full.
Big hits.
Dan Farova, the bullpen coach, wants a fly ball out where he is.
That's his motto. He screams it down there. Big hit.
2-2. Inside to Bryce, ball 3. Nats are taking Lackey in this inning from 54 pitches up into the high 70s. He's given up 7 home runs this year, but he's been hard to hit. His opponent's batting average coming in just .203. 6th lowest in the league.
There he is. He wants a big hit.
Runners moving. Harper, another foul. Epic battle here in the middle of the game.
This is good stuff.
(3-2). Harper. Right to Rizzo. The Nats will strand 5 runners in the first 5 innings. Lackey escapes, and the Cubs still lead 3-1.
He has 6 in the game. Here's Anthony Rizzo on a curveball in the second. Then Javier Baez, same pitch, curveball down and in. Fast forward to David Ross on the fastball up. Anthony Rizzo, victim for the second time. Then John Lackey, who Joe Madden allowed to swing away with runners on first and second, struck out. And then Kris Bryant on the curveball too. It's time for Toyota Keys for Kids. Washington area Toyota dealers want to help children and their families by making a donation of $37 to the Children's Inn at NIH for every strikeout by a Nats pitcher this season.
So Gio threw 88 pitches, 52 strikes, 3 runs, 5 hits, 3 walks, 1 intentional, 6 Ks. Big blows for the Cubs. The 2-run single, Jason Hayward in the third. All with 2 outs that rally. Hits by Lackey, Fowler, and Hayward. And then David Ross up the middle 2 innings ago with a base hit. Zobrist takes a strike. Led off the 4th with a walk. Went to second on a comebacker. Third on a steal. And scored on the Ross hit. And he couldn't check his swing. That's strike 2. Swing and a miss. Is that a changeup?
Yes.
84 away. Strikeout number 7.
Pretty good one too. Turns it over nice. Look at the grip, the release point, looking like a heater to Ben Zobrist until right about now when he realizes that ain't a fastball. So strikeout number 7 for Gio Gonzalez. And his job to keep it a 3-1 ball game and hope that his team can keep grinding on offense and find a way.
Here's Javier Baez. He airs it out. Young man made a pretty quick trip through the Cubs organization. 23. Had big league action each of the last 2 years. 169 in 2014 and 52 games, but a whole lot better. 289 last year. And Gio right now taking advantage of big swings. Beauty of a curve. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
So Kershaw tomorrow for the Dodgers. That means the Nats get him, right? Wait.
Yeah. In fact, if he pitches tomorrow, which is Wednesday,
yeah,
it's supposed to be 100 degrees in Los Angeles Monday. So we're looking at Kershaw and Strasburg
for 2 innings each.
I'll tell you, they better have everything going for them that day to stay cool.
That's an IV before the game day for sure.
It's only supposed to be that way for 1 day and then down into the high 80s.
It's a cool 100 there, though. You have the ocean,
it's a dry
the
heat.
marine layer.
2-2 pitch. In the West, Dodgers have lost 3 in a row. They're only 1 game over 500. And 6 full games behind the Giants. Nobody else in that division really able to get any kind of momentum going. San Diego's been at the bottom. Lack of offense all year long. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on another hook. And for Gio, number 8. 7 in a row retired. Nissan has it.
Oh, you got Javier Baez for the 2nd time with the curveball down in. He's got Baez talking to himself after this one. Nasty curveball from Gio Gonzalez. You see the shortened up 2-strike, try to punch it into right field swing by Baez. Not so much.
Pitch number 100 to Addison Russell.
I mean, when you swing like that with 2 strikes and your head's flying out, and you almost fall down and you're mad at yourself for striking out. I don't get that.
Yeah. We'll see if Russell takes anything out of his swing with a 1-2 count.
You talk about grinding on offense. Gio Gonzalez is grinding tonight.
Went 7 at Chicago, 6 the time before that at Cincinnati. He's got that strikeout thing going. K's the side in the 6th inning. 9 for Gio, Murphy, Zimmerman, and Rendon coming up. Bottom 6. Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the expressed written consent of the Washington Nationals. Gorgeous night at the ballpark, and the Nats looking for some offense here. So all you Hokies and Wahoos, it's Tech and UVA, June 29th, 2nd annual college rivalry day. Purchase a special ticket, enjoy pregame activities, and get a reusable Nats acrylic cup in your school colors. Cheer on the Nats and the Mets. No, don't cheer on the Mets. At 7:05. Visit nationals.com/college rivalry day for tickets. Ryan Zimmerman after Daniel Murphy here, bottom of the 6th. Nothing happening in the Nats bullpen. So Dusty liking what he's seeing from Gio, who's at 104 pitches. But he hasn't had any stress since 3 innings ago. Murphy, hot shot. Zobrist right there. And against Cub pitching, Daniel Murphy in this series, 1 for 7 with an intentional walk. In the box score tonight, 2 hits in the 3rd. A bunt base hit by Danny Espinosa to lead off. 1 out later, a Revere base hit. That set up the Worth sac fly. And other than a Jose Lobaton leadoff base hit and a Worth walk last inning, that's it. Right through the front door to Ryan Zimmerman. Lackey has struck him out twice.
Ryan was telling me he thought it felt like a playoff game last night with the atmosphere in the ballpark. It's the best he's seen it all year.
Yeah, big crowd waiting for a chance to awaken here. Cubs have Ryan 0 for 6 in these 2 games. The catcher duo.
I'll tell you what, Lackey has given no hitter really anything over the plate. He's just shaving off corners, in, out, mostly out. But he's been a surgeon out there so far tonight.
Now Sammy Solis is up.
And it's not like he's a thumber either. He's throwing 93, 94.
Yeah.
So he went in, fastball out, slider, curveball, back to fastball in, and he stepped off.
Ben Ryan hunting that one on a fastball away. Hey, here's a guy who didn't throw real hard a lot of his career. Jim Cott working with Bob Costas tonight. Jim Cott, 57 years ago today, got called up to the Washington Senators.
How about that?
Yeah, 1959. He was in the big leagues until 1983. And he won 283 games and 16, count them, 16 Gold Gloves. Unbelievable. You talk about a guy who knows the art of pitching. You know, in the years to come, 283 wins will easily put you into the Hall of Fame.
We need to get a home plate with Masson on our jackets is what I'm thinking right now. I mean, I heard everything you said. Jim was in here earlier. What a great guy.
He is.
Telling stories. Had us cracking up.
Big curveball in the strikeout. Ryan Zimmerman rung up by Lackey 3 times tonight.
Add Masson Nationals on Snapchat to catch behind-the-scenes moments of your favorite players at Nats Park. Again, that's Masson Nationals on Snapchat for pictures and videos you don't want to miss. And then you could take selfies and face swap. You get all kinds of creepy things going on that. You're on Snapchat, aren't you, Carp?
I forget. I've snapped a bunch of pictures with my camera this year. Grab that lineup every day at the ballpark. Now that's photography. Yeah, I snap and then you and I chat.
Yeah, we do.
Here we go.
About the lineup every day.
Rendon 0 for 2, hoping to get it to Espinosa here. And if he does, you'll get the Dan and Dan combo here in a moment. Rendon a strikeout in the second, fly ball to center in the fourth. John Lackey is dealing. Goes sidearm there, and Rendon frozen. 7 strikeouts on the night. So today marks the U.S. Army's 241st birthday. USAA honors those who have served in the U.S. Army and all of our service members around the world. Look at that shot. A beautiful Virginia sunset behind D.C., and we salute the Army.
2016 CLA 250 lease at $299 a month. 3-1 Cubbies as we go to the top of the 7th inning. The 3rd inning for the Cubs, really the difference in this ball game. A couple of outs and you're thinking Gio's cruising. Then John Lackey with a single. Dexter Fowler would double. And then Jason Heyward with the ball down into right field in front of Bryce Harper. That would score John Lackey. Close play at the plate. Great slide by Dexter Fowler. They'd score a run in the 4th, and that's where we're at. 3-1 Cubs.
Matt Belisle warming up. Oliver Perez, the lefty. Matt reactivated today. Gio due to bat 3rd in the bottom of the 7th.
Last 2 innings, Gio's thrown 26 pitches total, 12 of them curveballs.
Here in the 7th for the Cubs, Lackey on deck. Blowing the fastball by David Ross, strike 2. By the way, the Mets did get a hit in that game against Jamison Tyone, but the Pirates still lead 2-0. 7th inning at Citi Field. Close. No swing, says Bob Davidson. Curveball upstairs. Leadoff walk to the number 8 hitter. And a great chance to bunt for Lackey. Let's check in with Dan.
Bob, Gio Gonzalez was the first to be critical of himself a few starts ago when he was going through a bit of a rough patch. But it's also probably important to note, as the Nats have just put up 1 run today, that over his last 4 starts, and we'll include today as well, the Nationals have scored just 9 runs for Gio. So including today, 9 runs in 5 outings. Not getting the best run support as of now.
Boy, Lackey did a good job of laying down that bunt on a pitch that was kind of coming at him. And then Gio lobs it to Murphy. Sacrifice is good. And the Cubs have a runner at 2nd, 1 out. Lackey got that done in a hurry. Here comes Dusty, top of the order. So Sammy Solis, the lefty's been warming up. And they've got 3 of the next 4 batters from the left side of home plate. In Fowler, Heyward, and Rizzo. The big crowd will give Gio a nice ovation as he goes to the dugout.
guys in the military for your service, for your sacrifice, you know, so we could live peacefully and free. And without you guys, you know, it'd be tough for that. But it's just a blessing that what you guys do for this country. We thank you from the bottom of my heart, and pray for you. You're always in my prayers every night, and your family. So God bless, and happy birthday.
Well done, Ben. And for the latter part of this game, well done, Gio. He'll leave after 111 pitches. 66 strikes, leaves a runner aboard with 1 out. And the Nats will have Oliver Perez out there for his 26th appearance.
2 pitches, fastball, slider, fastball 91, slider 79.
Faced one batter last night. Javier Baez struck him out in the 8th inning before Sean Kelly took care of the rest of the evening. Dexter Fowler against Oliver, 1 for 3 career with 2 strikeouts. Out of play, he was late for 91. And the count's even, 1-1. Second base, David Ross walked to lead off the inning. And the fastball up and in, 2-1.
Where'd that miss?
Sammy Solis back up, and Matt Belisle still. Belisle for Bryant, and then Solis probably for Rizzo. And Oliver Perez brings the breaking ball around to drop in there, 3-2.
I'll tell you what, all in all, when you talk about the Cubs lineup and how they take a lot of pitches and make you work as a pitcher, you know, they prey on guys that don't attack the strike zone. That's why, you know, Dan's report about Mike Maddox talking to Gio about, hey, we got to attack tonight because the Cubs will make you work. I thought Gio pitched well tonight.
Swing and a miss as Perez turned his back on the hitter and then didn't give him a whole lot to look at by the time that heater got in.
Join us for our first Budweiser Bud and Burgers music party on Saturday, July 9th at Nats Park, featuring all kinds of music from different decades. Cover bands will be playing from noon to 5 p.m. Your music party ticket includes 1 Bud and 1 burger until June 19th. Use the coupon code BUD for a $5 discount. Visit nationals.com/BudMusic for tickets and details.
There's Jason Hayward with 2 outs. 0 for 2 career against Oliver. Big blow tonight, though. He pulled a base hit to right to score 2 runs, and he pulled off of that curveball. He's dealing out of the bullpen again. Trying to get this to the bottom of the 7th. Pretty good percentage right there, nearly 90%. As Oliver inherits 1 runner here in the 7th. And that ball popped up out behind second for Danny Espinosa. Bullpen continues to be strong. Nearly 3/10 of a run per game under the Cubs bullpen. The Nats, well done by Perez. Navy Federal Credit Union, proudly serving the armed forces and their families for over 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA. By DynCorp International, proudly serving our nation for 70 years. 241 years ago, the United States Army established to defend our nation. Masson and our proud sponsors salute all of America's Army for their willingness to sacrifice and protect each and every one of us.
It's a good shot of the Jefferson Memorial.
We got to get you a monument chart now, too.
That's waiting for you to say something.
20 innings without giving up an extra base hit, John Lackey. Tonight he's given up a bunt hit, a Revere line drive to left, and a Lobatone line drive to right. So it's Espinosa, Lobatone, then a pinch hitter for Oliver Perez. So the Nats try to get something going against John Lackey.
A bloop and a bomb. Let's tie this thing up. Get in the Cubs bullpen. See what happens. Keep grinding. Lackey's been good.
He's gone 7 or more 7 times this year. Pitched 8 innings twice. 7 innings against the Nats back on May 6th. 2 runs on 6 hits. And now Danny Espinosa has his work cut out. A bunt hit, fly ball to center. Lackey went 111 pitches against the Nats, then that 112 in his next start against San Diego. Travis Wood, Pedro Strop. Danny Espinosa hit by a pitch. So Lackey tried to come inside on 0-2, and he got Danny. And Espinosa wearing one again for the 8th time this year.
Well, it's big. I mean, you need base runners. You're down by 2, 0-2 count. And we've chronicled Danny's struggles with 2 strikes, so a hit by pitch. Leadoff man aboard here on the 7th, and I'm going to say it, game on. It's a big break.
Absolutely.
Hard nose. As saying in college, you called it no dodgeball. If a pitch was in, you just let it hit you. So Danny Espinosa never plays dodgeball.
So it's Lobatone now. Stephen Drew has stepped out on deck.
And if he did as a kid, he was the worst dodgeball player on the playground. They just drilled him every single time and he was out.
He was a magnet.
He was a magnet.
Ball 1. 4-0 now. Pirates at New York. So the Nats trying to mount a late rally here. Baez creeping onto the grass here with the pitch. Jose Lobaton takes ball 2.
Do you give him a take sign here if you're Dusty Baker?
I'm not Dusty, and a lot of people are thankful for that, but I would.
Some managers would, some managers wouldn't. We'll see what happens.
I'm kind of thinking about the way the guy on deck is going too. Big pitch for Lackey coming up. His bullpen busy. And he dropped in the field pitch, the breaking ball, for a strike. Nationals down by 2. Lobaton, fair ball over the bag. It hits the short corner, pops out. Espinosa around third. Bob Henley will hold him, and it's a good thing he did. Jason Heyward put that throw right on the money, and the Nats are in business. Second and third, nobody out. Lobaton 2 for 3.
First double of the season for Jose Lobaton. It comes in a huge game. He gets a fastball 2-1 from John Lackey. So he got 2-0 curveball to 2-1 fastball. He bounces it over the bag. And then it got interesting because the ball hit that part that sticks out there and shoots way into right. And you're wondering, is Bob Henley going to send Espinosa? But down by 2, nobody out. And you see the throw by Jason Heyward. Nice hold, nice at-bat by Jose Lobaton. Good night for the Nats catcher. And look who's pinch running at second.
Wow. Looks like the Nats called Drew back.
Going with Clint Robinson here. Who you got? Or the
Wilson
Buffalo?
Ramos. And Joe Madden has been on the top step of the Cubs dugout ever since that base hit landed. So he looks like he's just waiting for things to shake out with the Nats before he comes out.
Well, Dusty's thinking is Wilson's been hitting the ball to the right side extremely well. So a ground ball to second serves a lot of purposes here. It gets a run in, it gets a run over. You know, obviously Dusty thinking bigger and better things, but listen to the crowd as the Buffalo comes into the on-deck circle.
So if the Cubs make a switch, that'll be Pedro Strop. Joe Madden hasn't made a move to the mound yet.
He's making sure that Ramos is introduced. That's why he's pointing.
Right. All right, now he has been. Boy, this came quickly. When you think that Lackey was dealing, the Nats had a whole lot of nothing going on, and he hit Danny Espinosa with an 0-2 pitch. Lackey done after 6+. Kind of interesting. Gio actually got one more out than he did tonight. John Lackey. Well, if he gets Espinosa, he's got 8 coming up and then a pinch hitter. So now, after a couple of crazy events, it's Pedro Strop, 31-year-old right-hander, with his 28th appearance for the Cubs.
A slider, 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 then another slider. The fastball's 95. You saw he throws that pitch more than his heater. Right-hander's hitting 211, and the fans are calling for Wilson, who homered last night. And here's the home run. It was in the 6th inning to lead it off. And he told me today, Kyle Hendricks threw him a fastball in Chicago. He almost hit the scoreboard in Wrigley Field. After that, he saw nothing but curves. So last night, he was actually looking for the curveball of Kyle Hendricks, sat on that pitch, and drove it out to right. So that's the first time he's hit a home run into the bullpen here. Usually his opposite field home runs are over the scoreboard in right center.
Yeah, it's a rare thing for right-handers here to go way over there. Ramos 1 for 4 with a double career against Pedro Strop. So the tying runs at second base, nobody out. That's Joe Ross. Espinosa's at third, and Ramos a swing and a miss.
That's still waiting for that big hit in this series. They loaded the bases a couple of times last night and didn't come up with a big hit. They had the bases loaded once here tonight and settled for 1 run. They need that big hit.
That's a heater for a strike. Russ almost sitting out on Potomac Avenue for that one, and they get the strikeout. 1 out, 7th inning.
Slider, fastball, slider. You see him get on top of this one. Wilson just trying to tap one to second base. Can't reach it. Never really got there.
Top of the order, Ben Revere. 1 for 2 with an RBI career against Strop. Baez on the grass at third, respecting Ben's speed. Well, Strop's a strikeout guy. 34 strikeouts now in 23 innings, and that's inside to Ben Revere. He's got a good heater going tonight, well, 95.
A lot of run back on it. He's throwing that right at the left-hander, Ben Revere, and it ran back. The one he threw to Wilson started off the plate, too, and came back.
Revere to left, pushing Bryant toward the line. Espinosa tagging. He will score, and it's a 3-2 game. Ben Revere, RBI number 12.
Grinding. Good at bat by Ben Revere. Throws it out there far enough, and Kris Bryant's momentum going toward the line. Easy score for Espinosa, who is all over the place tonight and scored both of the Nats' runs.
Now it's Strop against the right-hander Jason Worth. Jason 1 for 3 career against him. So that nasty slider taken low. Worth trying to tie the game or at least keep the inning going for Harper.
Another good ball game, huh?
Yeah. Nats trying to get Gio off the hook here. Lackey still the pitcher of record, but responsible for Joe Ross at second base.
Strop just flying wildly open, dropping down just a little bit on that fastball and getting so much run on it. I don't know that I've seen his heater move this much.
Then he goes slide piece again. It gets the outside edge.
Fastball's outside.
Then he goes Oliver Perez on Worth, turns his back to him and strikes him out. So Lackey still a chance to win. The Nats pick up 1. Long way to go in this game. 3-2.
Servicemen and women for defending our country.
Thank you, Sean. To the 8th. His bullpen mate, one of them, Sammy Solis, about to take over. Don't forget about the Potomac Nationals. They'll be back home on Thursday. They're going to have a Stein giveaway, fireworks, Scout Night Saturday, Star Wars jersey auction Sunday. So join the party at the Fitz, 703-590-2311 or PotomacNationals.com. Sammy Solis, 16th appearance, 142 the ERA, 22 Ks in 19 innings. Not many of the Cubs have seen him, but Kris Bryant has. 1 plate appearance, career, a base on balls. Wilson Ramos stays in, batting 9th. So just kind of a flip-flop of the 8 and 9 spots for the Nats. And Bryant hits one high in the air to left center. It'll play for Ben Revere. And now the Cubs have not had a hit since the 4th inning. There's Rizzo. Rizzo 1 for 1 with a double against Sammy. Gio did a good job on him tonight, striking him out twice. Got him on a liner to center 3 innings ago. And a breaking ball that he rolls over to Ryan Zimmerman, 2 outs. Next up, Ben Zobrist. And his only plate appearance against Sammy, a walk. Trying to get the Nats right back in the dugout with Harper, Murphy, and Zimmerman coming up bottom 8th. Wow, 96.
96.
Ooh.
Sammy Solis was a starter. The Nats would be playing 2-hour games every night. Mark Burley fast.
Target in. And Zobrist never did complete that swing. Quite a ball game. 3-2 Cubs, top of the 8th. Been a very well-pitched series. That's a base hit. Zobrist thinking about 2. Going to challenge Jason Worth. And on a swipe tag by Murphy, he's safe. That's the kind of stuff that Ben Zobrist does. Not flashy, just a ball player. And he steals 90 feet for the Cubs right there.
Well, he hit it softly, and he hit it toward the line, so he knew he had 2 things going for him. He hustles right out of the box, and Jason Worth knew it. It wasn't like he was surprised by this. He's hustling over there to get to it and get it in. He knows that Zobrist, with 2 outs, might have tried to stretch this into a double. And I don't know if they're going to challenge it, but I just watched Daniel Murphy. He's one of the most animated players in the big leagues. If he thought he was out, he would have got up and done the headphones thing and went nuts, and he just stayed there. So I knew he was safe before we saw that, just based on Murphy's reaction.
Yeah, Murph holding on the tag in case Zobrist came off the base. So the Cubs, a big run for them at second base, 2 outs, with Javier Baez coming up facing Solis for the first time. Biggest crowd of the year watching this game tonight. Nearly 42,000 are here. Bigger than opening day. 0-1, 2 outs to Baez. Fastball sizzles in. 41,955. Opening day drew 41,650. 1-1 pitch with 2 outs and a step off.
Good glove side command of the fastball so far, 95, 96. He's been getting it in on the right-handers. Tough to get to it in there, and tough to keep it fair if you do get to it.
He went. Top of the 8th is over. Another 0 on the board by Nationals pitching. The Cubs have stranded 5. They've had 1 hit since the 4th. It's Harper, Murphy, and Zimmerman ahead. Brought to you by American Standard Heating and Air. It's their All-Star Sales Event with up to $1,100 in instant rebates or 0% APR for 36 months. By Ocean City, Maryland. Let us show you a good time in Ocean City, Maryland. Book now at OCOcean.com. And by Dominion. Depend on us for more than energy. (3-2), 3-4-5 ahead for the Nats.
My fans, remember, DC Lexus dealers are donating $250 to Children's National Health System for every home run a Nats player hits this year. So Bryce Harper, keep them coming. It's for a wonderful cause, Lexus, the pursuit of perfection.
So left-hander Travis Wood, 29 years of age, 30th appearance, 2.25 ERA, 19 Ks in 24 innings with 9 walks.
And lefty's hitting 190 against Wood this year. Fastball 90 miles an hour. It's got a little arm side run. Slider, he'll cut the fastball changeup. Bryce will probably see fastball slider right here, right now.
Bryce 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks against the lefty, who misses well outside. Ball 2. Ooh. 90 up a bit, and Bryce couldn't get over the top of it.
See, that's the one where when he's locked in, you can't get it by him. He can rise up and get on top of that high fastball as good as any left-hander I've seen. Might have scared Travis Wood into a slider right here, 2-1. Let's see. Well, fastball away. They want it down and away.
Way outside. So all 3 of his pitches out there have missed by a pretty good margin. Cubs getting a right-hander ready with Zimmerman a couple of hitters away. Trevor Cahill out there.
It's kind of been the balance of Bryce lately, if you will. Watch the 3-1 hack kind of pulling off and falling toward his own dugout. As soon as he commits to driving a ball to left and gets the mechanics right with his lower half, that's when the hits are going to start flying all over the place.
3-2. Outside, and Harper's aboard for the second time tonight.
Good at bat.
Walk number 54 for Bryce. Daniel Murphy, 1 for 9 against Wood, 0 for 3 tonight. Right-hander Hector Rondon, their closer, has joined Trevor Cahill, and it's only the 8th inning.
Yeah, tough 0 for 3 tonight for Murph. He lined out to center in the 3rd and hit a bullet to second last time up.
He continues to miss out there. Got him into a bad count against Harper.
Little trip from Chris Bosio, Cubs pitching coach.
They're in the bottom of the 9th at New York, and the Pirates, trying to break a 5-game losing streak, lead the Mets 4-0. And that game goes final just as we bring you that. Final just clicked up there. So the Mets are 34-29. Quite a night for the Pirates and their rookie pitcher, Jamison Tyone. beating Jacob deGrom. So here's Murphy. Kind of interesting when Wood sets up. His feet are almost at an angle straight toward the dugout. Right now he's pretty straight, but there he goes with the angle. And Murphy to center. I mean, every hard hit ball for him tonight, right at somebody. A tough luck 0 for 4, 1 out.
Ball was roasted. And you see the Cubs defense, they're playing no doubles right now. They're trying to create the angle in the gap, so Dexter Fowler was already playing deep. He didn't have to move.
Joe Maddon's going to make a double switch. So Wood retires one of his lefties, but walks the other. And he's responsible for a base runner out there. So is he going Cahill or Rondon against Zimmerman? We'll find out. Capital O, capital U, capital T. And we're honoring victims of the Orlando shooting. So it's one of the largest LGBT nights in professional sports as the Nats play the Cubs tonight. The Gay Men's Chorus did a rendition of True Colors before the game, did their usual fantastic rendition of the national anthem, and Billy Bean, MLB's Vice President of Social Responsibility and Inclusion, is in attendance tonight.
You know, I think a great night at the ballpark turned into something even better with a tribute, and I love during the national anthem, the scoreboard said, "Love, not hate," and I think those 3 words said it all for me.
Well said. Now everybody on this night at the ballpark has been treated to quite a ball game. So here's the Cubs closer, Hector Rondon, into the game in the 8th inning. And the Cubs are 5 outs away from a win.
Yeah, he's going for the 5-out save. Fastball, slider, occasional changeup. Fastball 96, slider 85. So here we go.
So the Cubs defensive changes. Albert Amora Jr. into left field. When I saw Kris Bryant running off the field, I knew he was going to get his third baseman's mitt. And then that moves Baez over to second. So Ben Zobrist out of the game. And now it's Ryan Zimmerman against Hector Rondon. Zimmerman career 1 for 4 with an RBI against this hard-throwing and pretty tricky right-hander. So Harper's the tying run here in the 8th with 1 out.
See if Bryce Harper thinks about running anytime in this sequence. Pretty big lead right now. Real big lead.
He's staying. Zimmerman, base hit. And the tying run's going to be on third base. Solid contact the other way by Ryan Zimmerman. First base hit of the series. And now the inning really sets up for the Nationals. That ball left his bat at 103 miles an hour.
Well, you look at the pitch, it's a fastball away, and that's where he's been getting pitched all night. So finally, Ryan Zimmerman commits to diving out there and hitting that hole created by the walk to Bryce Harper. Easy first to third for Bryce. He's thinking about more. Bob Henley holds him, so Nats in business here in the bottom of the 8th, and a big, big at-bat coming for Anthony Rendon. Another good game between these two teams.
Boy, that is such a beautiful thing when a guy hits a ball like that the other way.
You're right.
Rendon 0 for 4 career with a walk against Rondon. Anthony has struck out twice tonight around a fly ball to center against Lackey, and he's behind 0-1. So the Nats 90 feet away from preventing Lackey from being a winning pitcher and trying to get Gio off the hook.
Dusty at his far into the dugout seat.
Well, Rendon on that breaking ball just got under it.
Frustrated.
Felipe Rivero for the 9th. They've got 7, 8, and 9 due up. Oh, 2 to Rendon, and just unable to hold it. David Ross. I guess you can be out of the catcher's box, but not the batter's box, right?
Well, he's setting up in the Nats dugout.
I mean, it's crazy. I'm not sure how Anthony got to that pitch.
That's what they've done all night, whether it's Lackey, Rondon, it doesn't matter. It's outside, outside, then further outside. Really haven't done a whole lot to back right-handers off the plate. It's just been consistently away, away, away. They're going out there again with the slider. Where he set up.
Oh, he almost threw that one away. Dusty's ball club down 2-0 early, then 3-1. A run in the 7th made it 3-2, and on the verge of tying it, but it won't be easy for Anthony against this guy. Great take. Counts back even 2-2.
I don't think you'll see Ross set up that far outside here. He's got to come to him now. I mean, that was 2 pitches to play with where he's set up in the left-handed batter's box. He can't set up that far again. They have to throw something that starts on the plate. Neither one of those last 2 pitches started even close. And Bryce was coming down the line. Did you see that?
Oof. Be careful over there, buddy.
On the throw back.
I know.
Ooh, deep breath.
Huge crowd, biggest of the season, making lots of noise here. 8th inning. Look at that pitch track. Zimmerman running. Rendon to right. That's deep enough to tie the game. Zimmerman back to first. Here comes Harper. 3-3 ball game.
This is such a good game. Are you kidding me? They had 2 heavyweights going toe to toe. What an at-bat by Anthony Rendon. I mean, you talk about nerves of steel. Crowd on their feet. 3-2 count. Tie and run on third. Rondon's been throwing everything away, so finally Anthony Rendon dives out there and hits one far enough to right, and it's been sack fly practice here tonight for the Nats. All 3 runs via the sack fly.
So neither starter involved in the decision now.
Grinding.
Rendon, first career RBI against Rondon. Here's Danny Espinosa with Ryan Zimmerman at first, 2 outs.
Watch out for the Zim and Bush steal here.
Espinosa late for 96. Clint Robinson in the pitcher's spot next if it gets that far.
Jason Worth sack fly, Ben Revere sack fly, Anthony Rendon sack fly, 3 runs.
I think 3 sacrifices for runs, very appropriate on a night when we celebrate the birthday of the U.S. Army and everything they do for us. And the Nats playing fundamental baseball to get back in this game. Strike 2. Of course, it was 0-2 last inning when Danny got hit by a pitch. They were down 2 runs at that time. He scored on the Revere fly ball.
Kind of an historic hit by pitch, if you ask me.
Is there an all-time list going on here or something?
He tied me.
He tied you?
61 hit by pitches.
Wow.
The Happy Gilmore list.
The Ben Gay list, the ice bucket list. Well, the Nats tie it up. Harper the leadoff walk. Rendon ties it. Yeah, we're tired of talking about it too. 9-0 career against the Nats. Maybe they can take care of that tomorrow. Steven Strasburg is 10-0 on the year with a 3.03 ERA. Johnny and Ray in the afternoon, 3:30 with Nats Extra on Masson. We'll join you from the booth at 4. First pitch from Strauss at 4:05. Johnny and Ray in the house tonight. You knew that. And their postgame show, Nats Extra, presented by WB Mason when this one's over. Sammy Solis still in the game. 11 pitches, 9 strikes, and a scoreless 8th inning. Addison Russell will face him for the first time. Then David Ross, and then the left fielder Albert Almora Jr. Russell 0 for 2 tonight with a walk. Sammy goes 3-1. Really the only blemish on his performance this season, 10 walks in his first 19 innings. So here's a 3-1, and he missed. David Ross is next.
He can handle the bat. It's a good bunter. He'll bunt for a hit at times. So I wouldn't be surprised if Joe Madden is sacrificing Addison Russell along here. With his speed, it's not going to take the greatest bunt by David Ross to get him in scoring position.
There's Almora Jr., who came in on the double switch. Rendon, even with the bag at third, not creeping in just yet. And a flat-footed throw, quick one over there. Addison Russell, 2 for 2 stealing. Cubs don't run a lot. They're 9th in the league in stolen bases. Although Zobrist ripped one tonight at third base.
Short bunt. Squared around. Scooted up in the box. That's why they threw over right there, to see if he'd show, and he did. What's that mean? Well, maybe you charge a little harder now. We'll see.
Rendon really creeping in. Ross lays down a beauty right side. Zimmerman to Murphy. 3-4 on the sacrifice. And both ball clubs doing little things tonight to help themselves. Next up, Albert Almora Jr. Pinch hit in the 9th inning last night, and Sean Kelly struck him out.
Well, you don't get to 43-19 or 40-24 by not doing the little things right most of the time.
Yeah, can't blast away every night, can you? 22-year-old outfielder from Hialeah, Florida, Gio's neighborhood. Cubs drafted him number 6 overall a couple of years ago, and he just put them on top. Oh, those leadoff walks into second base. Goes Almora, and the Cubs lead 4-3.
Well, pretty swing right here. He got the curveball from Sammy Solis, and he just drills it into left center field. And even though Addison Russell had to freeze on that, the play's taken Jason Worth away from home plate. Russell scores easily, and just like that, the Cubs answer. It's a 4-3 ball game. And you see the emotion at second base. Got to feel good for a young player.
Yeah, that's his 4th big league hit and his 3rd RBI. Now we're hearing from the Chicago fans here. And the top of the order is Dexter Fowler. He's 0 for 1 career against Sammy Solis. And keep an eye on Almora at second base, getting a pretty big lead.
He can run. Center fielder of the future for the Cubs.
And then he got called up pretty much as a replacement for Jorge Soler, who has a bad hamstring. They got Chris Coughlin back from the A's to take the roster spot of Tommy La Stella, who also has a hamstring pull. Oh, 1 to Fowler. Fastball sizzles inside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Important to keep this a 4-3 game.
Pitcher spot. Then Ramos and Revere in the bottom of the 9th. Jason Heyward, 1 for 4 with that 2-run single is next. Nasty breaking ball. Two-two pitch with one out. That ball heading to right center, hanging up. And Harper saves the day on a tweener as Bryce went sliding to make that catch for the second out. Ball kind of tailing back toward him. And then Almora over to third base.
Well, this was getting weird in a hurry. Watch Ben Revere looking at Bryce, and Bryce is looking at Ben Revere. And they're, you got it? I got it. Who's got it? And then Bryce Harper takes charge at the end. It was tailing back to Bryce all the way. But you could see that thing shaping up to be a disaster. But Bryce Harper took over late. Ben Revere over the top of the sliding Harper.
Yeah, Ben did a couple of stutter steps, and that slowed him down. So here's Solis and Hayward. Strike one. And the 0-2 strikes out the hitter. It'll require a throw to first. That's it for the top of the ninth. But a leadoff walk and a one-out double by Almora. Now Rondon trying to be the winner.
Inning, and as they say, the walks are going to come back to kill you every time, aren't they?
They have, Johnny. They've led to 2 runs for sure, and we have not hit that well with runners in scoring position. Great inning last time to get that tying run in the last inning, but we're 0 for 8 with bases loaded against the Cubs this year. So that's going to get better. You know that's going to get better. Yeah. Nice to see Zim smoke a ball to right field because he's been pulling off the ball a little bit. But let's just have a little walk-off right here and everybody be happy.
We had one a couple of days ago. Why don't we have one tonight?
Sure, man.
If anybody can do it, back upstairs to Bob and FP. They can do it.
Well, thank you for the confidence, Johnny. Thank you, Ray. Stay up to the moment, any moment with Game Day, live game video highlights, StatCast news, and more. It's MLB.com at bat. You can download it on your phone and your tablet. Hector Rondon has not pitched more than 1 inning at any time this year. Right now he's at 2/3 of an inning with 12 pitches. Clint Robinson faces him. And Clint, 1 plate appearance against Rondon, a base on balls. Goes up hacking, out of play, left side, strike one.
Well, if he gets out, Michael Taylor's running, so this is a big at-bat.
Sure is. Laid off. Counts even, 1-1. Trevor Cahill, Clayton Richard, in case Rondon runs into some problems here. As mentioned, kind of uncharted waters for him this year. He's just blown his first save, and now he's trying to be the winning pitcher. Works out that way sometimes. Robinson 4 for 16, a homer as a pinch hitter. Target in. And this is popped up on the infield. Right in front of the mound. KRIS Bryant catches it. Now Wilson Ramos, who's 0 for 5 career against Rondon. Came in to pinch hit, 7th inning. 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. Pedro Strop struck him out. It's right before the Revere game tying sac fly. Actually, the one that got the Nats back to 3-2, and then it was Rendon last inning. Wilson didn't like it.
You very rarely see Wilson Ramos react to a called strike. Rarely. And that ball was below the strike zone.
Ramos to short. Russell. The Nats are down to their final out here in game 2. Now Ben Revere trying to get aboard. Use his speed. Worth on deck. Revere 1 for 4 career against Rondon. Right side. Baez, and the Cubs have won game 2.
What a play. And Ben Revere hit that right up the middle. Baez went to his right, a backhand play on the run to get Revere. And off his bat, that looked like it was up the middle. Range and arm strength right there on display for Javi Baez.
So Hector Rondon blows the save by giving up the sac fly to Rendon, but he gets the win, and the Cubs have their 44th win of the season. 3 hours and 3 minutes. Quite a battle tonight in game 2 for FP and Dan. Bob Carpenter. Join us tomorrow. Steven Strasburg, Jason Hamill, Johnny and Ray, Nats Extra, 3:30 with their pregame show. And from Nationals Park, this has been a presentation of Masson. Stay tuned now. Nats Extra coming up. The Cubs win at 4-3, out hitting the Nats 7-5. Until tomorrow and Strasburg. So long for just a while.